Standard 3rd. I am Anita Mishra and today I'll be teaching you chapter number 2, The Plant Fairy. In part 1, we learned about the plant fairy whole chapter where we learned about different kinds of plants, trees, their parts, leaves, flowers, everything, and we played a game. The game in which one of the student becomes a plant fairy and tell everyone to bring something. That was the game we played in the chapter. Now, in the part 1 and in the part 2, we continued with the chapter further and learned about more in that chapter about different kind of leaves, their colors, and what kind of shapes does the leaves have. Okay, students. So in part 3, today we'll be learning about drill words and question and answers. And before we start, let me inform you students that you all have to make one notebook and you have to write down all these things in your notebook, because whenever school will reopen, we'll check your notebooks. Okay, students. So let's move further to drill words. First is plant fairy. Plant, plant, which means different kind of plants, trees, and all those things. Fairy, Fairy, means a fairy like our tooth fairy only. Then there is neighborhood, Neigbourhood, hood, neighborhood, which means the neighbors who stay around us, and they are known as our neighborhoods. Thick, thick means very in we can say it in a Hindi, mota. Thin means patla. Trunk is a part of a tree. Then there is interesting, which means if something you are really like that thing, it becomes interesting for you. Quickly means fast. Patches, patches means the shape we saw in the leaves, like this. So this was there in the leaves. Straight, straight means a line. Straight, anything straight is anything in a line is a straight. Margins, margins means this we have in our notebooks usually, that is margins. So students, now we'll move forward to our question answers. And the first question is can you name the plant on which Didi was sitting? Yes, students, hope you remember Didi was sitting on a grass, that is even a plant. Yes, Didi was sitting on the grass. Now the second one is, have you seen a tree with a trunk as thick as one shown in the figure? Yes, I have given you the example of banyan tree. Okay, students, banyan tree and mango tree. Yes, I have seen such trees. For example, the banyan tree. Okay, students. Now, the third one is, do all the leaves have similar color, shapes and margins? No, all the leaves have no similar color, shapes and margins, because leaves have different type of colors, different types of margins, different types of shapes. You can have a look in your home as well. If you have planted any of the plants, you will understand how tulsi, pudina, all these leaves are different from each other. Okay, now the fourth one. Collect a few leaves of plants like melon, mango, neem, basil, which is known as tulsi, mint, which is known as pudina, and coriander, which is known as dhania. Crush the leaves and smell them. Do they smell alike? Do they all smell same? Can you identify the leaves just by their smells? So students, no. All the leaves does not smell same, because tulsi has different kind of smell, pudina has mint kind of smell, coriander have different kind of smell. Each and every leaves have different kind of smell. Different leaves give different smells. Okay, we can identify them, some of them by leaves by, so we can identify some of the leaves by their smells. So Pudina usually have a very different kind of soothing smell, which is a kind of mint smell. So you can easily remember the smell and you can identify that leaves. So each and every leaf have different kind of smells. Okay, students. Now the fifth one is, look at the rubbings made by the others. Are the rubbings of different plants similar? So students will look at the rubbings, and all the rubbings, this carpet, this patches, this, these, each and everything is different. So what will be the answer? No, the rubbings of the different plants are not similar. Okay, students, rubbing means what they have done is, in rubbings, they have took a leaf, colored that leaf, and put it on different places. That is known as rubbings. And those rubbings are different from each other because each and every leaf have their different shape and size. Okay. Now the fifth one is, which leaf gave a good rubbing? Leaves with rough surface. Leaves which have flattened surface does not give good rubbing, but leaves with rough surface give a good rubbing, because if leaves have a rough surface, then colors get easily soaked in that and it gives a nice shape. Now we'll move forward to seventh one. In case of which tree was the rubbing of the trunk difficult? Why? In case of the trees with plain and soft trunk surface, rubbing is difficult. A rough surface makes it easy to get an imprint by rubbing. Okay, so imprint by rubbing, which means if a tree have a plain and a soft trunk, then it becomes very difficult to get a good rubbing. But if a surface is rough, so it is very easy to get the imprint. Imprint means, we can say it in Hindi as, when we want some, like if we want to get our hands imprint, what we used to do, we soak our hand in the color water and we put it on the wall. That is the imprint. So on the rough surface we get good imprints. Now the eighth one is, look at the picture and name the things which have patterns of the leaves and flowers on them. Okay, students. So we'll go to the picture and we'll name the things. Okay. So we have here, so there is one carpet, pillow, this mat, this curtain. So all these things have an imprint of flowers, leaves, trunks, and let's check in the answer. So all of these have imprints of leaves and flowers. On the bed sheet, yes, wall painting, pillow, book, pant of the girl, and carpet. Let's see the picture again. So yes, on the painting we can see it, on the pillow, on the pant, on the bed sheet, on the carpet, on the curtain. Yes, we can see the rubbings of flowers and leaves on all these things. Now we'll move forward to ninth one. You must have seen many plants and trees. How many of them? So we usually see around as neem, banyan, mango, guava, blackberry, ashoka, rose, and basil. So neem, banyan, and mango we usually see at our home places as well, in the school as well, and basil and rose as well, and blackberry, guava, ashoka, all these even we can see sometimes around us. Now the 10th question is, are there any plants that you have heard of but never seen? So yes, we have never seen the plant of saffron, apple, almond, cashew, cactus, oak, cypress, pitcher plant. So these are the plants we rarely see around us. Okay, students. So the reason why we are not able to see this kind of plants around us, because each and every plants have their own season and have their own suitable place and soil to grow. Now the 11th one is ask some older people if there were plants which they have seen when they were children but are not seen these days. So these are the plants and you have to ask this to your grandparents and your parents. Okay, Harishingar, Kadam, Simal. These are the plants and you can even ask your grandparents and parents about this. Okay, students. Now we'll move forward to 12th question. Also ask them if there are any plants which can be seen these days but which were not seen earlier. Bonsai of various plants, tulip, rose of unusual colors, etc. So these are the flower plants which were not earlierly there, but now these are present, and you can ask this question again to your grandparents and parents and get the better idea. So students, now we'll move forward to friendship with a tree. Okay, so what you have to do is choose a tree near your school or house and make friends with it. A lasting friendship. What tree is it? Ask some elders if you don't know. So let's imagine you have done a friendship with a neem tree. So if you don't know it's a neem tree or any of the tree, whether it's banyan tree or you are doing friendship with any of the tree, if you don't know the name, ask to the elder one. Okay, it can be your father, mother, your younger sister, anyone. Will you like to give your friend a special name? What will you name it? So yes, if you have made a friend, you have to name it. Yes. So what you will name it? Green friendly giant. So you can name it anything. But here I have named my friend green friendly giant. Now the third one is, does the tree bear flowers or fruits? Which ones? This tree bears both flowers and fruits. So it even happens that your tree doesn't bear flower or fruit. It might happen, but usually trees have flower and fruits. Okay. So now we'll move forward to fourth one. How do the leaves of the tree look? Leaves are small, narrow and pointed. Their edges look like a blade of a saw. So students, when I'm talking about my friend which is a neem tree, so it has very very small, narrow and pointed leaves. When you will see it now, you'll understand the leaves of the neem tree, and it has a blade type shape as well on the edges. Now we'll move forward to fifth one. Do birds or animals live in the tree? Which ones? Yes, birds and animals live in the tree. Example: monkey, parrot, squirrel, sparrow, etc. Now sixth one. Find out more about your tree friend and share it with others. So what you have to do is you can take a photograph and make your tree as a friend and share it with your friends and do it yourself. So this was about my tree friend which was neem tree, and I named it friendly giant tree, and you can use your nicknames to give a name to your friend tree, and you have to do this exercise on your own and you can take the help of your elder ones. So this was it for today, students. We'll get back to you. You have to note this all things in your notebook and we'll come up with more lessons. Okay, students? Thank you so much.